It me. Hello, everyone. Hi. Is Mom here? Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hold on, sorry, my setting is off. It's been, what, 2 weeks? Hello. Hi, Mama. And if you're a returner, guess who else is here?
Back.
Where'd he go? Who is it? Gary! Gary! Thank you so much for the resub. 23 months in a row. You haven't missed a month in almost 2 years. You are crazy, Gary. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the resub. Hi, Jordan!
14 months. I hope
Hi!
you're feeling better and had a great Christmas. Hope you have a happy new year and don't get sick again. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
I tell you, girl, I was sick.
2026.
Ah, thank you so much for the resub, by the way, Jordan. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Darth!
So glad you're back. Big hugs.
Hi, everybody! Thank you so much for being patient with me.
Good afternoon,
Who's that?
Ashley. Ashley's mom.
Rick the Slick!
Good afternoon, chat hawk.
Rick with the slick dick.
I hope y'all have
Sorry,
a
that
nice
wasn't
Merry
appropriate, wasn't it?
Christmas.
And if you're a returner,
Hi, how was everybody's
back.
Christmas? Hi, Teal Talk with who? With Xavier. Hey, Xavier, welcome in. Tea Talk with Xavier. I love that username. Thank you so much for the resub, Darth. How was y'all's Christmas, Hanukkah, holidays? Hi, Burnsy. I was incredibly sick.
and if you're a returner,
The week
welcome
before
back.
Christmas. It was the worst I have ever felt. I mean, in a few years. Like, I almost asked Hubba to take me to the hospital. That's how bad I was. Thank you for that resub, Bolt.
And if
How
you're
have
a
you
returner,
been? And Puffin Stuff. Thank you. Hi. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for the resubs. I got, the week before Christmas, I got diagnosed with COVID. And when I tell you I had body aches, chills, nausea, I was shitting my brains out. I started my period. I had a fever. It was the worst week of my life. And then, you know, the doctor told me to quarantine until Monday before Christmas. I am still blessed to have grandparents alive on both sides. And so then, like, we kind of changed up our holiday plans because although I was after my quarantine, I still wanted a few days. So anyways, I did get to go home and see my fam for Christmas this year. And Hunter, this was my brother's gift to me. And it is pictures of Charlie and Beans. It's their face everywhere. And it says, I love Mom. And it's so soft. But you got a tube of 99 gumballs. How many have you eaten? So anyways, I was incredibly sick, and that's why I missed that. And then we had to travel for Christmas, and now I'm
if you're a
here.
returner, welcome back.
Hi, Quiet Game. Thank you for the resub. Did Santa come see you guys? I know you guys. If you're on the Hot Mess Express, it's a toss-up whether you were on the nice or naughty list. Thank you, Chelsea. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Cole. I got turned into a newt. I got better. COVID doesn't get any easier every time it hits. Oh, well, that's not... Well, I hate hearing that. Hi, Zig. Iggy was creepy and Vixen was cute. Exactly. Did you get my Christmas card by chance? I have not had a chance to go to the post office yet. I don't think I've gotten your Christmas card. If I didn't open it in the last unboxing, I don't have it yet. Hi, Boots! I got a rock. Gary, always naughty. Sending love from Charlotte. You know, I've never been to Charlotte. Ugh. Oh, hello? Who is that? Who is that? Cheryl! Hi, Cheryl, how are you? How are you doing? Who's your gifty subs to? Germs, Sea Dog, Silver Rook, Nivik Sims, and Flash Dough. Cheryl, thank you for those 5 gifty subs. How are you? Something special for you when you get it. Okay. I did see where someone asked, am I having a live on, should I do a live on Thursday or should we do community game night? And then I could do the live on Tuesday. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate your gifty subs and thank you for the well wishes. Hi, Tyler. Hi, Megan.
And if you're a returner, welcome back.
Stinky.
If your mother-in-law is a fan of Linda Blair, she will be at Nashville Comic Con. WTH Susan Sarandon and Priscilla Presley.
Really? Why is everybody coming to Nashville? Linda Blair? I didn't realize she was still alive. How old is she? It's quite nice. I should come visit in 2026. I should. How old is Linda Blair? And Susan Sarandon. Oh, she's only 66. Don't count on having a good experience with Linda Blair.
And
Why?
if you're a returner,
Why?
welcome back.
Boots!
Apparently it's my anniversary. Do we get a cake or something?
You get a forehead kiss. Mwah! Happy anniversary, Boots and Booze.
Thanks to Lita520 for my sub gift. Happy anniversary.
Christian, thank you for those
Happy
100
late
flaggies.
Christmas, and happy almost New Year. How are you? Be sure to write down my birth date in your calendar. Or I could just keep reminding you. All hail egg sausage / hot.
Oh, she almost made it to the end. That's why I was so quiet, because I was like, is she going to save everybody? See, even this little Siri voice doesn't think it's Hot Dog Man. See? Grace, welcome back. Lisa, thank you so much for that gifty sub to Grace. And Grace, your birthday's in February, right? The 21st? Apparently she's very difficult at conventions.
Hi, and welcome back. I can't believe this. It's
Wow.
360 days left till Christmas and everyone has already gotten their Christmas decorations up.
Erlyn! That's
And if
hilarious.
you're a returner, welcome back.
I'm like halfway. Who has taken down their ornaments? Hi, Letha. Oh, the 10th. The 10th. Germs, I was summoned by the gifty sub. That was from Cheryl. That was from a witty name here. I gotta remember to send you a letter tomorrow for the unboxing. Just a letter, but you can read it on screen. Okay. All right, I'll take it. Darth! Thank you for that gifty sub. To Christian. A level 5 hype train. God bless America. Thank you so much. Hold on. Tyler, are you just gonna send me the letter in like ransom notes from a magazine saying watch Josie and the Pussycats? I had a great experience with Linda, Rick, and Ryan Seacrest. Rick on Ryan Seacrest tomorrow. Does he have a new album coming out? Or new tour? Hi, Shin. I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling so much better. So Linda Blair is tired of what? Is tired of Exorcist requests? What else has bitch been in? Linda Blair only does conventions to raise money for her dog rescue, and she's very resentful from what I hear people bring up from The Exorcist. Don't mention her movies and only mentions dogs, and maybe she'll be nice. Excuse me? Metal Babe Sammy! Linda Blair was so kind when I met her in March. Okay, so Metal Babe Sammy, what'd you talk to her about? Was it dogs? Also, Richard with gifty subs with like 10 of them sons of bitches. God damn! Who we got? Oop, I moved something on the screen. I was watching a movie a minute ago. The reason why I'm late is because I was filming. And the movie ended up being a lot longer than I realized, and it was too late for me to not film. I was watching A Few Good Men, by the way, so please excuse me. Anyways, that's why I'm late. What was I gonna say? Why was I telling y'all about that? Anyways, but I was talking about Richard and his gifty subs. Richard gave gifty subs to Varda Sith, Romney Omni. We got Shin and Alternative Girl, Zig Forever, the Red 9, Misfit Queen. Oh, I was telling y'all that story because I sat down to film for the first time in a very long time, and I almost clicked go live instead of record. And I was like, oh, Lord. Anyway, so all I'm saying is, if you think I had technical difficulties when I was streaming regularly, today's different. We got the Red 9, Misfit Queen got a gifty sub. We got M1 Arniture. maybe. Bugle fan, Bungle fan, not Bugle fan, Bungle fan, and Lumpy.
back.
Richard, thank you so
up, nerds?
much for those
Ashley,
gifty
I
subs.
saw your Insta photo of your tree. I see my ornament is eye level in the middle. That's good Christmas tree real estate.
That's good Christmas tree real estate right there. Wait, have I posted a picture of our Christmas tree? Did I? Also, I see Tyler saying, "Can you handle the truth?" Is that that reference, or was Jack Nicholson's line referencing the original?
Welcome back.
Here to do the thing, then off to work.
Oh,
Have a great day.
Damon, thank you so much for the resub, and I hope you have a good night at work. Thank you so much. How did you like A Few Good Men? Listen to me. Can we talk about it? Can I have questions? I have questions. It comes from that movie. Okay, great. Can we talk about it? Because Big Brain Ashley showed up today, and I can already hear, I forgot my medicine for the 2 weeks while I was sick and then traveling for Christmas, so I forgot to pack my meds. I don't suggest that, because I had a minor crash out. I had a minor crash out on X. Nothing major, and that's why I said minor. That's what that implies. Am I wearing pants? I am. You think I just get on camera without pants on? What kind of website do you think this is, sir? Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. That's different. Remind me later. Let us talk about A Few Good Men. Monthly request for Wildcats, maybe around Super Bowl time since it has football in it. I can't think of any holiday which it would fit. Teacher Appreciation Day, maybe. That's very funny. Wildcats. Is that like a high school musical spinoff? Because they were the Wildcats, I think. Okay, let's talk about A Few Good Men. Number one, fantastic movie. Fantastic film. Like, once I noticed that I was gonna be late for Twitch, I was like, fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really feel that way. So, oh my God, the best cast, the best acting, the best thinker. Like, if you came to Ashley's streams expecting skin, it's all forehead, baby. Metal Babe Sammy, I thanked her for her movie roles in her time. I waited in line for 2 hours and she didn't take a break. Damn. Okay, so at least she's dedicated, right? Right? There's a scene in Wildcats that would give you the vapors. Oh, the vapors. The vapors. Hey, Mighty Sandwich, we're talking about A Few Good Men. Okay, so I loved this movie, first and foremost. Outstanding cast. It had so many things. But let me I gotta mute the music because this is very serious. This is a very serious question. Spoilers, if you haven't seen the movie. I can't ask my question without spoiling A Few Good Men, okay? I'm sorry. So, you can't handle the truth. Happens, right? You can't handle the truth. And he says the thing. He says about the code red. Now, I have a note. This part is my to-do list, so I didn't take that many notes. But like this, my question here happened at such a serious part that I had to write it down because I was locked in on the movie. That's how much I love this fucking movie. Okay. You can't handle the spoilers. Okay, so the two corporals, Dawson and Downey, were, Dawson was like, there's a code, and was like, fucking code, And the code was unit, core, God, and country, in that order, okay? Unit, so the platoon that was at Gitmo. See, look at me, I paid attention. I've been using a little slang now. I'm pretty much in the military. Okay, so their first priority is their unit, which was the one at Gitmo. And then the second priority is the Corps, which would just be the Marine Corps. All right? You see where I'm going? And the God and the country. Okay. So, the jury is a jury of your peers, which there were people from the Marines, right? Hold on. This is imperative to my question. And if it proves me wrong instantly, I'm gonna shit myself. Who made up the jury in A Few Good Men movie? Not the people, but what's... No, the jury. What does he say? He says 5 Marines. I've already had enough soy sauce. You're so right. Okay. I can't remember. Somebody tell me. I cannot remember. Big brain Ashley activated. I can't remember. So anyways, if you have Marine, other enlisted military would be in the jury. It wasn't just made up of Marines, but I can't remember who they said. So my whole theory could just... Above average brain size detected. Not only Marines. Not only Marines, okay? It's not just a jury of Marines. I do give you that. But there were Marines on the jury. Yes, I think. Like 2. I think. Okay, but anyway, so let's assume the entire jury is not made up of Marines, but there are Marines on that jury, okay? Now, if all Marines function under the code, unit, corps, God, and country, how many persons on that jury were Marines that abide by the unit, corps, God, country code? And if they go by that code, even under oath, if they follow that code, wouldn't they still choose the corps over the country? If they had to, wouldn't they say to protect, because they have no loyalty to the Gitmo unit. They're not from the Gitmo unit, but they're still in the Marine Corps. So does that mean if they got up on that jury stand and they had loyalty to the Corps before the country, does that mean that they would vote to show Dawson and Downey that they were guilty in order to protect the Corps that had the secret code of Code Reds? Would they or would they not convict these 2 fellas for just following their orders in order to protect the invisible code of the Marine Corps? Would they not? So that's my first question. I'm very heated. So that's my first question. And you know, the movie, they did convict on 1 count, which was this is how serious I take this. I then looked up whether or not that was a real law. The whole conduct of a Marine. And it turns out that that's not a conduct unbecoming. It turns out the way that it was portrayed in the movie is not real, but there is an unbecoming conduct unbecoming, but that's for like officers. That's for like higher up ranking guys, not these PF Changs, okay? Not these PFCs or whatever the fuck they're called, okay? So I don't think, according to the real law, I don't think Dawson and Dowry would have been dishonorably discharged on that, because that unbecoming conduct only applies to higher ranking Marine officers, okay? So, sorry, they kept calling them PFCs, and every time I see PFCs, I think of PF Chang, okay? So, now, here's my next question. Have I ever done jury duty? No, I haven't. And here's what's wicked. I talk about it in the movie, how I'm like, I want to have jury duty. I've never been on jury, but I don't want boring shit. Like, I want to be traumatized. I want to have so much insider information. You know, like, I want, spill the tea, sis. You know what I mean? But then I don't think I could do it, because I wouldn't be allowed to talk to anybody, and what's the point in knowing if I can't talk? So, okay, so that's my first question.
Welcome back.
Hi, Jimazoid. Hi, Jimazoid. Thank you so much for the resub. So here's my second question. So, Dawson and Dowry, the 2 fellas on trial for the death of Sargentino, or whatever the fuck is, there were so many characters, I can't remember all these names, okay? Downey, Those two guys on jury duty slip. He chose jaywalking over family here. I cannot abate this. Okay, so listen. Hi, Jen. So let me tell, so this is all speculation. This is all speculation, and it could have been, sometimes I do be missing small stuff, because I talk about stuff. I do be missing, sometimes I miss big stuff, because I just be talking. Hi, Inky Binky. I've been called for jury duty once, but then there was a pandemic, so it was canceled. I don't know why I want to serve on jury duty. I don't know. Here's my question. So, Jessup calls the order, and for any new people who are watching, I'm discussing the movie A Few Good Men. So, Jessup admits to calling the code red order.
And if you're a returner, welcome back.
Kendrick.
Hi.
Hi,
Yes.
Mystic Seer.
Hello, friends. Happy Jingle Beans, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. Be well, friends.
Thank you so much, Mystic
yeah.
Seer. Oh, yeah. So, Jessup calls the code red, okay? Kendrick follows orders, right? And those two guys on trial followed orders. Now, we have no reason to assume that the... Excuse me, sir.
I was on a grand jury. A piece of evidence presented in a domestic assault case was a woman threw a cat at her ex's current GF.
See, I kind of want to be on a jury, but I couldn't take that shit seriously. I could not take this shit. Jay, number one, hello, Jay. Number two, yes. Literally, I'm late and we're talking about it. I'm late to stream because I watched A Few Good Men. Let me get this fucking question out. Listen. This might just be speculation on my part, all right? So the two guys on trial were carrying out orders from Kendrick, who he got from Jessup. Now, they never lied to us, right? Downey never said nothing because he, ask him in a direct question and then he'll answer right. But the other guy, Dawson, was just like, I didn't kill him. I was just following orders. I follow orders. So question. They then say, Tom Cruise's guy was like, what were you going to do to him? And Dawson was like, we were just going to shave his head. Now, hear me out. I understand it's hazing. And we have that other guy that shows up and he gives a recount about his code red where he got punched in the arm by all his fellas, right? Because his hands were sticky or was actually sweaty and not sticky. Hi, some other guy. You're glad I was elevated for the Star Wars holiday special. That's something else. We got to talk about that in a second. So, obviously, code reds involve some kind of physical punishment. Now, if Dawson and Downey did not mean to kill him, and were just going to shave his head, it makes sense to me in this hazing situation that they would have wanted to scare him, i.e. the duct tape and the rag in his mouth, right? So, turns out, poison. My question is, did Downey and Dawson know that the rag had poison, or was Jessup sick of Sargentino was he sick of that guy asking for transfers? So he's like, no, motherfucker, you're going to stay here. You're going to die here. That's how much you're going to stay here. You're going to stay all of eternity here. So if Downey and Dawson were issued the code red explicitly, what do you mean there was no poison? There wasn't any poison. He died due to underlying medical issue. But okay, but bye, Jordan. Thank you so much. He was sick and the doctor didn't catch it. But when the medical guy testified, okay, because when the medical guy testified, he was like, so he was poisoned, and the medical guy was yes. You sound like a run-on sentence, basically. Oh, and he was wrong. But see, I didn't understand that it was like a long Angela Lansbury ass story. The medical guy was covering his own ass because he didn't catch Santiago's illness. Okay, then why was he like restricted to not run for a week? I didn't understand that that was like an underlying illness. I thought it was like a temporary illness. Does that make sense? That means Santiago kept the underlying issue to himself. Oh, so when he brought out the proof of the condition and the medical examiner said that he's not supposed to run for a week, that made me think that it was just temporary, that maybe, you know, he was just sick with something and in order to recover from this illness, he shouldn't participate in labor. He had a weak heart or something. Again, I thought it was, oh, well, then let's go back to my first question, which I feel like had a very good point. Let's ignore the entire most recent thing I said because it turns out I just didn't catch something. Let's go back to, excuse me. You keep missing all my messages. The doctor was Christopher No! Oh, I did not recognize him. I did not recognize him at all. Oh, hold on. Let me scroll back up and see. Where the fuck is my cursor? I can't stand it when it disappears. What'd Tyler say? Hold on. The medical guy is lying on Jessup's behalf to get him out of trouble. Oh. Well, hi, Lynette. I never understood the whole movie because it would be easier to discharge the person instead of plotting to kill him. Okay, well then, you know. Okay, well that one, okay. Well, that one's settled. That one's settled. We're good. Unit, core, God, country is just the creed of Nicholson's specific crew. In fact, it may just be the creed of Kiefer Sutherland specifically. I see. Okay. Well, all my questions have been answered now. Thanks for thanks for the chat, everyone. Hi, Magical Hellmouth. Oh, heavens. It's true that they could have just discharged the guy, but the movie covers this. Jessup refuses because of his own ego and desire to bully his men. That was clear. That part was clear. That no man was going to get out from under Jessup alive. That's why the other guy killed himself. Because of the code. See, here's what else is crazy. Here's what else is crazy. I called that guy killing himself. I called it. I called that guy killing himself. But here's my question. But they went all the way back to Nam, man. Why didn't other guy, Martinson, whatever the fuck his name was, why didn't Markinson, you know, he went AWOL. He disappeared for a little bit, right? And then showed up in the back of Tom Cruise's car. Well, you know, and then he was in a hotel room under security. Like, dude was gonna live. And if this was just the code, I think that guy didn't mean he killed himself over the code. He killed himself because he couldn't get out from under Jessup. So that's what I was about to ask, but I was taking the scenic route, not the fast one. Is if Jessup was gonna get arrested, well, I guess we didn't have proof that Jessup was gonna get arrested at that time. Like, he didn't know that he was gonna crack under the stand. He didn't know he was gonna crack. He didn't know. Okay, I was gonna be like, why are you scared of a guy who's gonna go to jail? But he didn't know that at the time, and so the fear of him not. I see. Okay, well. Hey, Arcane. Hi. Dropping by to say hi. Merry Christmas. We're talking about a few good men. We're talking about a few good men right now. Hi, Bad Hiding Place. Yeah, I'm watching A Few Good Men in honor of Rob Runner. This is Spinal Tap is on the channel. He not only felt responsible for Santiago's death, but believed Jessup would get away with it and put him in that situation in the future. Now, I did understand his guilt because he wasn't able to stop it. You know, we saw that Jessup went right to... Not Kubrick. Why do I keep wanting to call him Kendrick? Did you catch how Lieutenant Coffee was drunk as the skunk driving? Yes, I did, Lee. I sure did. I called that out too. I was like, hey, weren't you just drunk? You don't need to be behind the wheel. Kubrick Lamar. Ashley, you're forgetting the most important plot factor. It's all written that way so all the actors could now be 1 degree from Kevin Bacon. Merry belated Christmas to you too, Varda Sith. So anyways, that's what I just watched. That's why I was late to the stream, because I accidentally started, I thought that movie was shorter for some reason, and I started it, well, I started shitting my brains out, so then that made me late to filming, and then by the time I started filming, I realized I was going to be late to stream, and then I was into the movie, so I didn't really care. Okay, hi Colin! Happy New Year. Loved your reaction to the stop motion Christmas specials. Next year you should watch Rudolph special for Jingle Beans. I should. Okay, so do we want to talk about the Star Wars holiday special? If you love this, it was written by Aaron Sorkin, creator of The West Wing. Other great movies by him, The Social Network, Steve Jobs, and reteaming with Runner on The American President. I did see all the comments over on Patreon about keeping the American president still in mind. Spider penguins. Sometimes your butthole decides your timeline. You ain't lying. I was driving home yesterday. Woo! And I got them cold sweats. You know you get the cold sweats whenever you got a shit real bad and you're in the car and you're just praying your sphincter's still like just... I love how I was like, y'all want to talk about the Star Wars holiday special? And so many people were like, no. Harvey Korman was from Carol Burnett. I didn't recognize him. And I'm also upset that I didn't recognize Dabney Coleman, right? Wasn't he also in it and I missed him? Hi. Yes. Hello. In the Dark, Uvart. Welcome in. Thank you so much for following. Big appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. So she's actually alive? I am. I was literally in the middle of watching your last Buffy reaction. Why you gotta be live at the same time? Now I can't watch the rest because I want to be here instead. Oh man. Let me tell you. Magical Hellmouth, I don't want to ruin anything, but there are tears. Exactly, Jen. You get it. I had never seen the Star Wars holiday special until you. You're lucky I'm still here. It was rough. Hi, Whitney! No worries. I was late too. Don't worry. I was late to my own stream. I know. B. Arthur was fabulous. Yeah, I didn't recognize the comedians. Obviously recognized B. Arthur. Could not even believe that they got, like, the original cast back for that fucking mess. I was thankful Ashley didn't end up liking Kimberly because I still disliked her. And her fucking name was Kennedy, right? Or something. I don't like her. Never did. Didn't care. Ugh. I have not gotten started on Angel Season 5. The Kimberly thing was sending me. I could not fucking remember her name. And I didn't like her enough to care. One thing about me, if there's too many characters, I'm not going to remember any of their names. And if it's a character I don't like, I'm not going to remember their name. Hey, y'all want a little prize for listening to my A Few Good Men rant? Come here. A big stretch. Did y'all hear him grunt? Look at him, little Pete's. Like, how do you give... I mean, you can't top it. I guess that's how, but... Like, how do you give Willow, the most magical partner that loves her and appreciates her... Is 2020 going to be nothing but Angel? No, it is not going to be nothing but Angel. I talked about that in the intro of Angel Season 1, Episodes 1, 2, and 3. You're only getting Angel Season 1 on YouTube. Look at him. Char missed you guys. Did you just need some attention? What do you want? Stand-up comedian fan, why does the video have audiobook in the top? Because we're catching up right now, and then I also need to clean. And I thought about starting like some Jackbox games, but then it would just be Jackbox games and I would be running around in the back. So then I thought, well, maybe listening to an audiobook together while we also talk while I clean would be good. You know? But y'all let me know. I can also run Jackbox and like, you know, I'll still be here. But I just haven't, I just felt like we just got back home yesterday. No, by the way, the letter is about all the other movies I hope to see on the channel that aren't Josie and the Pussycats. I swear to God, if I open that letter and it's all Josie and the Pussycats. I'm glad you liked Buffy, but glad that it's over. Well, you are getting Angel Season 1 starting, well, tomorrow, and then it ends on February 18th. And that's just because, like I talked about the last time I was live 20,000 years ago, that my dumbass paid to have all these things edited and then realized that they weren't going out. And I'm like, well, that's a waste of money and a waste of material. And so anyways, I'm posting Season 1 on YouTube, but then the rest are going to like live in collections on Patreon. That way I don't overload YouTube with more Angel, with like more Buffy stuff. And if people want to watch Angel, then they can. We need to tell Ashley to make fresh hot fries for unboxing. It'll be
Yes, hello.
Tuesday. That way we can spend the new year playing video games together. That way on Thursday, on the 1st, we can have a community game night. Do we like that idea? I like that idea. Y'all like my fit? Y'all like my fit? I got pockets on pockets. Cozy. There's an entirely different reason for you to groan when you get the letter. And then a second reason to groan when you... What? And then a second reason for you to groan when you read it. Okay. Okay. Interesting. But will there be a chitty chitty bang bang reaction? That's a great question. Probably eventually. Are you gonna make it to midnight New Year's 2 years in a row?
Returner, welcome back.
6 Killer Henson, welcome in. Are you a Henson that I know in real life? Are you a Henson that I know in real life? Thank you so much for your Prime sub. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Am I gonna make it to midnight 2 New Year's Eves in a row? That's a great question. Wait, so the other episodes will be edited on Patreon or full length? Well, watch-alongs are already on Patreon for Angel Season 1 through 4. They are getting Angel Season 5 as well. I just haven't gotten started filming on that. But the edits are going to live there too.
And if you're a returner,
Unknown
welcome
Henson.
back.
Drunk but good. Hey, that's all that matters.
Hope your Christmas was well.
It was well. It was well. I hope yours was too. New Year's Eve plans got ruined, so I'm having a solo day at Dollywood on New Year's Day. Okay, fun. That's a lot of fun. Tammy Hicks saw Winona in concert. Is she good? Hi, Jamie. Unknown Henson. I know that guy. He's hilarious. Yeah, I need to see Angel Season 4 reactions because of the ick. You have the ick? Are you sicky? You love how I call my husband Hubbin? I just don't do pet names. He calls me pet names, but I don't do that to him. I didn't grow up in a very, like, pet name household, so it's not normal to me. Did you see that courthouse Becky pleaded guilty to a bunch of charges? Also, they're still trying to get Murdaugh a new trial for the murders and might win because of Becky. No! We haven't had a chance to be deep diving in that recently. Oh, no, the icky storyline with Angel's son. Oh, yeah. 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 I hope that gets cleared up in season 5. But I haven't started it. I plan to watch that. Some of that tomorrow. Did you get the Burger King SpongeBob meal? You know what? I missed out on that and the freaking Grinch McDonald's meal. Did any of y'all get the Grinch meals? I just don't know. I didn't get the SpongeBob burger. What are you doing? What are you playing with? Y'all see him back there? He's just wiggling under the chair. Oh! Hi, Richard!
Thank you for watching the Star Wars Holiday Special.
I'm just glad I could be of service. I'm glad I can be of service, and I'm glad that I got to watch it. Oh, you think SpongeBob is still going? Let me look! So how much did COVID wreck your sense of smell? You know what's crazy? Is for, like, most things, actually, most things, everything smells like ketchup. Like, I have a constant scent of ketchup in my nose. If something gets really up close to me, like, I can smell my detergent, you know what I mean? But I have just a constant aroma of ketchup. That's actually just the ketchup you snorted. I was wondering. The SpongeBob meal was $17? For what reason? The non-fucking pickles? Bye, some other guy. Thanks for hanging out. See you, Ashley. Well, thanks for being here.
Returner, welcome back.
I should see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle special. The spiciest of spicy. Heated rivalry? You know, is it on... I saw the little poster. Like the, you know. Mr. Krabs Preston himself. You get free Grinch socks with the meal. Our McDonald's ran out of the Grinch meal. Hi! Hi, Danny. Heated Rivalry is HBO. Okay. I just remember seeing, you know, when you sign into a streaming service, it like, you know. I saw where it's popular, though. What movies would you like to see win polls in 2026? Hi, Rashley Sassy! What is Charlie hunting back there? You know, I bet he has a hair tie. We need Red to watch the It Crowd. And hello, I guess. Well, hello, Swing Slaw. You know, I don't know. I would love to get back into James Bond. That was all fun. I can't think of any movies I want to see on the show. What movies would you like to see win polls in 2026? And Tyler's like, definitely not Josie and the Pussycats. Let me see. Yeah, I should do more comedies. I think I want to make a Jim Carrey poll. Because the only Jim Carrey I have of him, the only movie I have of him is like The Grinch.
And if you're a returner,
I would love to see Welcome to Derry.
Getting close to 3 years. Just
Zanzibar!
wanted to say thanks for all the laughs and years. Well, except me. I didn't even cry when they shot Hole Yeller.
Did you just spoil that movie for me? Did you just ruin that movie? Just kidding. But welcome back. Thank you so much, Zanzibar. I appreciate you being here. Like, The Truman Show. Oh my God. The Big Lebowski, yes. I have watched The Big Lebowski, and I think I would feel differently about it now. I don't think I'm not the same person I was then as I am now. Liar Liar I've heard is great. Ace Ventura I've heard is great. You know what I want to watch this year? I want to watch The Notebook in February. I kind of really want to watch that. Oh, Metal Babe Sammy, thank you so much for that info. I'm excited to be back in Marvel for the movies. Marvel movies are coming in January. They're starting this Friday, actually. I'm excited about that, but there are some TV shows of it that I would like to see. You know, Loki Season 2, Agatha All Along. So maybe that. I would love to see Stranger Things. Oh, well, The Notebook's not a comedy. I know it's not a comedy, but that's a movie that I do want to see. Maybe I can squeeze in Wicked somewhere. Let's see, what else? Was there anything confusing? You know, Elisa, they made references to the girl, to the girl I was introduced to. They made enough references to something that I missed that I realized it was probably a TV show. Like, the fact that she was already so comfortable with her powers and things of that nature, I just assumed, you know, I just accepted it as truth. I didn't ask too many questions when I realized there was a new character that I didn't have an origin story for. Does that make sense? I would love to get back into Star Wars, whether it be rewatching the first 6 episodes to, like, remind myself. I think they were the first movies I ever reacted to. Whether it be a rewatch or a rewatch and continuation of the movies. I'm also open to the TV shows. I just don't know anything about it.
Have you gotten to the Timothy Dalton Bonds yet?
No.
Second best Bond, hands down.
I haven't gotten to Timothy Bond. Who? Timothy Dalton. I haven't gotten to fucking Daniel Craig. Like, you know, I'm very open to Star Trek. Pierce Brosnan, I forgot about that. Also, just so you know, the show is IT Crowd. Oh, not the It Crowd. Oh. I want Game of Thrones. I just have so many. You can watch and enjoy The Mandalorian without knowing anything about Star Wars. So, is The Mandalorian, like, a prequel to everything? Because I did see where on the holiday special, everybody was like, this is your first look at Boba Fett. That's very funny. Cassie's doing Game of Thrones at the moment. Is she liking it? The White Lotus. The Walking Dead. I never finished it. My mom, that was like, I think, you know what? This takes me back to something I was talking about 20,000 years ago. And it was, it was me having a little crash out on X. So, here's the thing. I got diagnosed with COVID, whatever, and this was the first time that I got put on that Paxlovid, like the medicine that they made for COVID or whatever. And the pharmacist was like, are you on, birth controls? It'll mess with your birth control. And then I was like, well, I'm on Zoloft, antidepressant. And he was like, how many milligrams? And I told him how many I told him how many milligrams I was on. And he said, he was just like, you might want to chop them in half for during this duration.
Hi. Yes. Hello.
Such a little monster. Such a little monster. Welcome in. Thank you so much for following. He told me that you might want to cut them in half while you're on this medicine because it's made to dry you out. And I was like, okay. Anyway, so I didn't do that. I kept taking it, and let me tell you something. Paxlovid with a mix of Zoloft, my mouth, like, I cannot describe the level of dryness I had. Leave me alone! So anyways, so I stopped, towards the end of Paxlovid, I stopped taking my antidepressant because I was so dry. There was no spit. There was nothing. The only liquid in me was my diarrhea, okay? Anyways, and even then, it wasn't in me. Did you also use the vape? No, I felt so bad. I did not drink energy drinks. I did not smoke the devil's lettuce. Like, hi, Vanessa. Like, I felt so, I'm deathly sick if I am not having my daily energy drink or smoking the devil's lettuce. I felt like shit. So I tell you all this to say, drive me out. I stopped taking my antidepressant because I was dry. So I finally get better, and it's a few days before Christmas. And so then we have all this stuff that we have to do to get ready for Christmas. So we're running around, once quarantine is over, we're running around getting last minute paper, gifts, all these things. And so I'm just so busy, I forget to take my medicine. And then when I pack for Christmas, I'm just so frazzled and tired and overwhelmed, I forget to pack my antidepressants. Okay, so we're going on like 2 weeks of no antidepressants after about 7 years of being on antidepressants. So, your girl was not doing great. Your girl was not having a... So what you're saying is you couldn't spit on that thing? No. And I was a crusty, gross blob. Yeah, so everything that I tell you about taking your meds and drinking your water, please do that. Anyways... So I get, I end up with the big SADs, because I haven't taken my antidepressants. So I ended up with the big SADs. I need to go get me another Frank. End up with the big SADs. You can't just drop those meds. You need to ramp up and down. I had forgotten about that because when they warned you about the side effects, I realized they really mean it. Yeah, I learned it the hard way. And I got the big SADs. And then I decided to look myself up on Reddit. What a dumb thing I did. In general, like, the fuck? Why did I do that? Even on my meds, I don't do that. Because that's a bad idea. I don't know. I don't know why I did it. So then I read a whole thread about how like I'm wrong about my assessments of movies, and that's fine. That's like, you can think I'm wrong. I probably am most of the time. Fuck, I just went on an hour-long rant about A Few Good Men, and y'all corrected me instantly. I don't care. But then I found another one. So then I don't stop at just one. I look at another one, and it's one that's like, Ashley never thinks about anything. She never thinks. Well, I gave you Big Brain Ashley and A Few Good Men. But then, so that happened, whatever, I'm over it. That was a bad idea. I shouldn't have looked myself up on Reddit, especially after I forgot my antidepressants for 2 weeks. What a dumb bitch move. And so, but then that got me thinking. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the only television show that I have watched from start to finish and did not miss a single episode. I mean, I watched The Last of Us Part 1. Okay, and I guess Ratchet, but nobody liked Ratchet. And that was only like 9 episodes. That was only 9, it was one season, 9 episodes. You know what I mean? Buffy the Vampire Slayer was the first time I have ever watched a 22 episodes a season. 22. And I did not miss 22 episodes for 7 seasons. I didn't miss a single one. And that's the first time I've ever done that. Yeah, Ratchet did kind of lose their way. And WandaVision, okay, so I don't really consider... Okay. Yes, I finished WandaVision, but it's Marvel, so like they're constantly adding shit. Oh, so what got me, but that got me thinking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because people were like, yeah, multiple season series. Thank you. It's not the same. And Marvel, and nowadays TV shows are like 9 episodes, which I'm cool with. But Buffy took me an entire fucking year to watch. It's the first time I've ever done that. So anyways, that got me thinking. You know, reading Reddit and okay, here we go. I'm connecting all the dots. I've placed all the dots. Now let me make a coherent thought, okay? People were like, I found a Reddit from like 8 months ago where I had just started Buffy. And there were a lot of times where I would mention something being more of a filler episode because I didn't feel like it progressed the plot. And so then so at first I was like butthurt that I was like, bitch, go fuck yourself. But then I started thinking that Buffy's the only show that I've ever finished like that. And it made me realize that there really aren't a lot of things as filler episodes. Because even Anya's troll boyfriend, came back and became a big plot for the end in order for Buffy to get the hammer to defeat the guy. But at the time, it just feels like we're getting a little bit of Anya's backstory, which in its own right progresses the plot, because then that explains why Anya might be reacting to Xander in a certain way. So anyways, I just kind of had a moment. I had a moment of realization where maybe in long-running television shows, there's not filler shows. Like, maybe there really is a point to most things that happen in stuff. Does that make sense? Once you start noticing fluff episodes, your tolerance for completing series for its own sake is out the window. Planting a seed for a future plot. Yeah. Planting a seed. And maybe, some of y'all might be giggling and laughing right now, but as somebody who's just never... Like, I can say that I watched, House of Cards with Robin Wright and Kevin Spacey. But I also fell asleep watching a lot of those episodes, and so I probably missed stuff. And I probably felt like that had filler episodes. Anyways, all I'm saying is, I'm realizing, is this live right now? Hi, Joe. Yeah, I'm on a rant. It's when writers were valued and shows had more than 4 or 5 seasons. So anyways... Yeah, The Wish sets up Doppelgangland, and then you have Hush that, pushes, not the boundaries, but Hush is, the one episode that has no dialogue, no background music, it's only acting, it's only physical, Anyways, all I'm saying is I realized that in a good quality show, then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's not filler episodes in a good quality show. For a longer running series, the audience can't be at 11. The audience can't be at 11 every episode. That's true. That's a great point. That's also a great point. There has to be some lighter ones. We have to have a musical episode. We have to have Anya be scared of bunnies, and then it later become a part of who she is. It later becomes... like an ongoing joke. Anyways, I just realized that. That's all. Is that maybe it's not a filler episode, it's a lighter episode. Not everything has to be action all the time, everywhere, all at once. Anyways, I think I just realized that after reading that Reddit, that, at the time, it felt like a filler episode, but it wasn't really. Even episodes that can be filler develops the characters. Yeah, so... It takes a lot of effort for you to complete these series. You're not alone. And you get the points for the effort for me. Thank you so much. Good writers put stuff in there for a reason. Yeah. Right. And then sometimes I'll be, and then the same people who are like, she's not thinking, are the same people who told me on Final Destination that I'm thinking too much. Like, bitch, I don't control when Big Brain Ashley shows up. We're lucky she exists at all, you know? Give her some grace too. She doesn't know when she's needed. Anyways. Lighter is a better characterization of the shows. You're right. Tammy started playing No Man's Sky. Do you like it? Chelsea, thank you for watching the Buffy journey with me. Mr. Puncho, Firefly is on the channel. Just like some episodes, Ashley has her off days too. Exactly. I did watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Once again, not like I did Buffy. Not like I did for... You know what I mean? I caught a lot of episodes. Can't say I saw all of them. Big Brain Ashley is a vital part of the plot. Unfortunately, her episodes are few and far between. But opinions vary. The only thing you were wrong about was thinking Jasper and Graham were the same person. Did that make that reaction insufferable? Because once I realized that they were not the same person, it was over half the movie. It was over half the movie. I got on my own fucking nerves. Ugh. Thank you, Cody. I hope you're doing well. Big Brain Ashley's like the mid-season finale and the season finale. Yeah, we work up to Big Brain Ashley. Hi, Vincent. I think it was because we had seen so little of Jasper, and she was hoping so bad that he would come over. I don't know. What? Oh no, am I stuck? Am I frozen? I'm muted? Can you see me? I'm here, but no sound. See, yes. Here, no. Okay. Well. Okay, well, YouTube is working again. Hold on, let me see. Wow, YouTube's working? This. Woo! Should I restart? Oh, see, so YouTube. For once, YouTube, you can hear me, but Twitch can't. You have sound on YouTube, but not Twitch. Okay. 4 words. Movie. I'm just kidding. I was going to try to act out A Few Good Men, but then I forgot how to play charades. I'm on the YouTube side now, I guess. I guess I need to restart stream, but the problem is Twitch and YouTube are connected. So if I restart Twitch... Okay, so, movie, 4 words. Okay, first word. First word. YouTube, if you know sign language, you know this. No. First word. A. It's A. YouTube, it's A. Okay. How do I act out the word few? How do I act out the word few? What's another movie title with 4 words? No, second word. Second word. I'm not doing a good job. I gotta start over. I gotta restart the stream. Somebody go to Twitch. Somebody go to Twitch. Tell them I'm gonna restart the stream. I am going to restart the stream. I am going to restart the stream. Okay? Yes. Yes.